Okay, let's first hit the bazaar. A polyphonic penance, nectar for Carillon. They want... Wait. Again. They sell nectar and yet request nectar, which we can buy from them and sell to them at a higher price. That is dumb. Can we purchase a Titania and Carillon? Yeah. That's stupid. Not the bank, we can do that. Oh. Okay. Curiosity here. We could buy that. Is it better than what they have? I guess it is, but not by that much. And there's that. There's many weapons, but more hull. Less crew. Now that is close to strictly better than what we have. The Bedivere class escort. And that's unaffordable. Okay, that would be 3k and 500. We could save money for that, but I do want to upgrade my locomotive right now so that I can withstand the harsher places in the reach. Because right now, well, we have met a Scribe Spinster, and it was not a very good time. So I guess we're going to Abraham's Engineering. What are our options? We could buy... Do we have a place for new weapons? Right. We could have a second weapon. We could have armor. Steering? A bridge slot, okay. Auxiliary slot, some plating, and that's the engine, yes. While that is the scout. Okay. There are some expensive weapons here. Info. All those require stuff. That takes veils, which is our main stat. Could be good for us. This is mirrors. No stats. No stats. Well, that's what we have right now. So we could have a second one, which should not be too useful. Because our main problem right now is heat. We could get cabins for more crew. Could be useful. Shielding, which is quite valuable to me. I don't want to die because I suddenly meet a bunch of foes. It could go quite fast. A mining array would help us make money. A canning station, I guess, too. Or converts sky beasts into supplies. There's part of me that likes the idea, because then I could just remain for longer in space, carry less supplies with me, but then there's still fuel as an issue, so... Sensible plumbing, the 6 quarters. This is just hold, okay. What's that? Albertine candle. This is a missile which we cannot equip on the Orphean. What's that? A mine. That could be cool. The stats is iron. A shivering gemmy. Is this... I think this is what we have. And then there's another motor. Engine. That's an engine, yes. The solid workhorse of an engine. What does it do, actually? That's 100. 115% movement speed and 130% fuel consumption. Does it consume more fuel? Does the weight matter? I don't know. And that's crew at 6+. Is it a requirement to equip it, or is it a requirement to run it? Okay, so among things I would want, there's shielding, there's hold. And there's a better weapon. I think the most critical for us right now is a better weapon or a way to get our heat. Right there. Oh, heat stats. It is 8 for 650 range. What we have is 30. Oh. For 750 range. Okay. But this is a widespread. And I am fighting in a very disciplined way for now. So this would make more sense. 25 for 15 damage compared to our 15 for 30 for 10 damage. Range is the same. Let's hold on that, which is good. That would get me under the 1000 sovereigns barrier, which I've set up for comfort. So I'm not sure I want it. That's 3 quarters. Right, cozy cabins. And this one is better, it's just that we can't equip it. But maybe we will gain hearts in some way later. There is hold there. That is so expensive. But that's a lot of hold. Okay, I think we're gonna do one more voyage without spending any money. I also don't know whether there are other places that sell stuff. I guess not in this region, probably. Maybe we could find stuff some other way. Maybe just buying the shielding would be good. Not the most exciting, but it's fairly inexpensive and it makes us quite safer. Oh, it gets put in our hold and then we have to install it? Is that it? Let's do one more run without anything. And then we'll make some big buy. So, we could go to Carillon for the nectar, which we will complete directly there. That's stupid, but we can do that. And for the Rat Brigade as well. Or we could go to... Let's remove that Port Haven Vagabond. It now is Lustrum Vagabond. Oh, I've written that down already. We could go to Hybris because we have 3 things to do there, actually. What are these things? Where should I deliver the seeds? To Titania. Okay. There's also Port Prosper. I guess we owe that to the horological grill, except we still don't have 3 munitions. Where do we get munitions? We don't know. Let's still try to find Port Prosper. I just want to find a new place, find out what they sell. If we're lucky and if the game is stupid enough, they will sell munitions themselves. That could very well happen. So let's go to the bank, get our ammo. I guess that's it. Since we are going far away, maybe we stock up even more than that on fuel and supplies. I mean, that won't hurt. Buttons. Jesus. Sure. So this is south-southeast. Oops. I guess it makes more sense to go that way. But if we go here, we can hit that memorial on the way. South-southeast. So I would expect it to be there. Because we've already scouted a lot. Yeah. Marauders prowl these dim groves in defiance of nearby Manchester. Let him come! There's the memorial to the unknown rats. That's it? That's it. Let's go that way. Let's send the scout away. There's something here, but it's not the station. It's not really in the direction we need to go, but since we are here, let's go. Was that shots I heard? Oh. Well, we are not going there. A shame. Nothing here. Let's send the scout away again. Something there. Doesn't look like it's a station again. Here's a dreadnought. Oh. We've not seen that kind of thing yet. A forsaken structure ruined by time requires a saying. Okay. I don't think I've interacted with that, be it in that playthrough or the previous one I did. The bridge's clock chimes twice, quickly. This close to the Isambard line, time is tedious. Well, we know someone who will be happy about that. That's Port Prosper. Wow, it looks very big. That's the way in, okay. The Mornington above that span. What is that? Anyway. Crammed at the feet of the Halton Crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent west end and an impecunious east. Queen's Cross is a busy station, crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. Let's first, finally, accomplish our duty. Deliver the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up at the clock tower that is being raised above the station. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and the cries of workmen. The inspector will depart. Be sure you've held any conversation with her that you wish to. Well, I've not had any options. I've only had one conversation with her and I don't think there was a way for me to talk to her again. You will receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money, and show you have 6 spaces in your hold before accepting. Well, do we have access to the bank here? No. Emporium. They do not in fact sell munitions. So... oh, they just needed 2. Well, that's great. No, they need more. Right, they need 1 more. We just don't have it. Okay. A fortunate misfortune, a sail of stained glass. We could buy stained glass here. Okay. Well, it's too bad that we do not have a need for fuel and supplies, but I guess since we met her early, if this was our first destination, that would have been quite good for us to get 3 fuel and 3 supplies, I guess. We can explore the port, offer transport to settlers, meet the parsimonious chairman, and ask about the Albion Transit Relay. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac close to the Port Prosper dock. Do the English actually use cul-de-sac? They do not use Bag's End? Oh. Their locomotives consecutive passage. Locomotive throws me off every time I pronounce it. To the 4 of territories of Albion, where London lies. Inquire about passage to Albion. Another captain may have useful information about the relay. A garrulous captain is delighted to have an excuse to talk. I'm happy to help, Principal. Happy to help. They point down the docks. There you are. Keep going past the port, you can't miss it. If you've good eyes, you might even be able to see it from here. Passenger in free, mind. You can travel first class if you have a ministry stamped permit, which we have one of, because of our port reports to the stovepipes. Or you can bring a couple of barrels of ours to travel second class, which they sell right here quite conveniently. Okay. Let's just explore the place right now. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new rivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. Write a port report, let's do that. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge, hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade, at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Attend a parade when you do not have amusements up. Well, let's first do our duty. We will search for the amenable host's identity. The house might still be here. It had purple walls, which would surely stand out. If not, you have the locket. Not a soul in Port Prosper recognizes the locket. Who's that then? Does he still wear his hair like that? Fancy! Become familiar refrains. More promising is the house you saw painted in the amenable host's chamber. You locate several candidates, all apparently repainted over the last couple of years, but one is in the exact location as in the host's painting. Nobody seems to remember who owned it or why, but apparently it had once been associated with the Parlour of Virtue, established not long after Port Prosper's foundation. Okay, so we still don't know. Let's attend a parade. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about their amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds, to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" Mingle with either party, or fraternize with everyone. I think that would get me disliked by both of the parties. West Enders or East Enders? Well, as a scheming piece of shit, I stand more to gain by standing with the wealthy. At least in appearance. So we will mingle with the West Enders. Perhaps the crinoline, the starch that gleams on the moustache. You're sure you'll feel right in. You'll fit right in. A lady in a jacket, bodice, with bone sleeves looks you up and down. What do you think, Mildred? A murmur of assent runs through the crowd of starched and corseted ladies. A gentleman adjusts his moustache. Yes, you'll do. You spend the day with some of the self-described notables of Port Prosper. You eat roast chestnuts, sip glasses of Greyfields, all the way from old London, and even participate in riding, charging through the narrow streets, pursued by several braying fellows in a dragon. You are tolerated by the prosperous West Enders. What? What about the devils of Carrion? They would describe your soul as sickly, cloying, and unappetizingly crawling. Is that good? Is that good? I haven't even done that much evil. Come on. Let's meet the parsimonious chairman. The offices of the Windward Company on Port Prosper are elegantly appointed, if antiquated. Paintings of old London adorn the walls. The parsimonious chairman has worked for ruthless captains. He sits behind his important mahogany desk, a decanter of brandy at his left hand and a series of neatly stacked reports at his right. A fire has been lit in the cavernous hearth. It is too warm. He promises an opportunity for profit. I'm all in for it. He pours the brandy into 2 glasses, then produces a ruler to measure the amounts. Parsimonious indeed. To business. He smiles, revealing the extensive damage to his teeth. I was a pugilist back in London, a young man's game. He stands at the window, watching the starlight bathe the sloping streets of Prosper. This place exists because of constant work, from the politicians who planned it, to the pioneers who built it, to the soldiers who even today defend it from the Takatis. We have need of more such work. Bring me nameplates from Takati engines. We keep lists. You will be rewarded. Oh. Well, given their driving skills, I don't think that would be too hard. But I don't want to get too badly along with the Takatis. I don't think he'll be offended if I decline here. He is asking me to kill people. Let's just decline. Maybe later we'll pick a side, but not right now. I don't know enough about the 2 sides of the conflict to pick a side. I still do not know which one would be more profitable. The parsimonious chairman sighs, as though used to disappointment. He allows you to finish your brandy before ringing a little bell. His secretary escorts you out. My door, the chairman says as you leave, is always open. Sure. We can do that later. So we can offer transport to settlers. Explorers, adventurers and pioneers gather here freshly arrived from Albion, all awaiting transport further into the Reach. An opportunity. Would-be pioneers clamour at the station, eager to make their fortune amongst the store. We do not have recent events to settler settled and delivering settler. Sure. Would you take me to the Leadbeater and Stain Road Nature Reserve? I'd love to see the wilderness. Okay, so second reason to go there. Settler. From a safe distance, of course. She smiles benignly as one of your crew carries her steamer trunk on board. And if you'd be so kind, could we do some hunting on the way? The Chorister bees have been attacking again. I'll pay you for the trouble of killing them, of course, but only if you do it quickly, and only if you harvest a stinger for me. Okay. Can we get someone else? No. So I don't think we'll be delivering the fastidious inspector right now, because we don't have space for that. 3 fuel and 3 supplies. At the same time, it does mean we do not progress her quest line if it does not stop there, which it very well could actually. Anyway, I don't think that's that big of a deal. That's not what I wanted to do. We can buy hours here. Okay, we have no reason to.